Hi everyone, welcome to the Ethereal Florist in Vegas. This is the Human Collective Edition. I call it that because I think it is important for us to all share our knowledge, our experience over, our human time here on this plane in this political climate, and share our knowledge so we can help one another. So I'm a former science teacher, and I love the study of nature, and I love to grow and farm and cultivate. So here I have some onion tips and some scallion varieties, which is a type of onion. So what I'm doing is I'm using some old spice containers. This one happens to be pepper. And I'm putting it in. I'm gonna leave the lid, the grinder lid off until they completely dry out. And then I will have some nice scallion onion, little ground pieces that I can add to soups. And it's a great way to add flavor to your meals. So you can take onions that are in your refrigerator and you can actually, let them come to this point where they're producing a lot of the stem and you get that onion. I'm going to show you an example here that I have. Amongst my varieties, I have yellow onion here that I had it in the refrigerator. It was starting to do some stem growth. I took it out of the refrigerator, put it in a cool spot along my plant growing area here in the shade for a week. And now I've uncovered the plastic and let it get some sunlight, and then they like cool environments, so I'll cover it, allowing some air space. But onions, potatoes, a lot of your tuber type produce plants like cool environments. So this will stay in a cool space while it continues to produce more onions for me. But these are the sections that I cut, and you get that onion flavor for soup. So don't let that go to waste. So let's get back to my little demo here. And then I just break these up, put them inside, let them dry out. Don't cover them because you want them to completely dry out. You don't want any moisture in there. So great way to use some of your onions and scallion tips. And then I have some carrot tips here too, which I could grind in. I know what they are. I'll label. Make sure you label and date everything. Okay, so that has to do with our food portion of plant growth and propagation and use of your plants for food items. Now I have some what they call ornamental plants, roses, and I have some white roses. A lot of roses today have been genetically modified. This rose, the tips, when it was on the tip, actually had 3 rose sections coming off of it into a big bloom, and they do that to create more of a bloom for the floral industry. So what I have here is I pulled these off, and that's great. You can use those for baths and scented little dishes. But I also have seeds here, and mixed in with some of the soil are seeds. If these parts of the plants are actually fertilized, you have the male and female part of the plant here. If they're fertilized, they will produce these little seeds here that are coming off. So those seeds I'm going to plant, and I will try to propagate my own rose growth ornamental flowers. And it's a great way to use your flower heads and get those seeds out of there and baby them and let them grow and take good care of them, and you'll have your own roses. Here's another good example of some seeds on the tips there. And that is if they are germinated, if they're fertilized. So if they don't grow, then I know they were not. But it's worth a try because roses are expensive. Okay, so I'm going to show you quickly before I let you go some of my other propagations from the other video I shared. Here's my celery. I planted it along with my mother of 1,000 baby that I propagated and my coleus that I propagated. Again, celery likes cool environment, so I have it in the shade. I'm gonna watch it and see how it does since I put it in the soil. It was doing great in water. And then for the roses, these were babies that I bought, and they're probably hybridized too. These aren't the white ones that I just showed you, but they're pinks and reds that I have that I'm growing inside. I live in the desert. These babies could not get a chance to grow in the desert right now. So I have to kind of give them a head start. And they're doing great. They like, if you boil eggs, you know, and use the egg shells, grind them up, and with banana peels for the potassium and magnesium, and you mush it all up together and you drain it and you use it for the soil. If you're worried about insects, you have that neem oil that I showed you in my last video. And the neem oil you can put in with that food product that you're making for your roses. That'll keep the insect, fruit flies and so forth, down in your soil. So, you know, there are many ways to share the human collective experience, and are many ways that we can help each other during these times of, you know, questionable economic certainty, right? And then I have some strawberries growing. So grow your own food. Share the knowledge. You know, you can start, you know, strawberries or other, you know, food items on a small scale. This is a small scale, and it, you know, it's still going to produce. So just keep an eye and, you know, share the wealth of knowledge amongst our social media outlet. Okay, bye for now. Get out there and plant, and make this baby plant and other baby projects that you might have, make it grow. Whether it's plants or other knowledge that you can share with the rest of the world. This is Hobbs. Bye for now.